Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the band. Legacies.
What up, y'all? This is your boy DMV Ken. If you hear the wolf sounds in the background, you know we 10 toes down. You are now locked into the voice of reason. Let's get it. Dallas Cowboy fans, let me holler at y'all right quick, man. And let me preference this by first saying I am not a Dallas Cowboy fan at all. I am from Washington, D.C. I roll, I bleed the burgundy and gold. I rocks with my team. Even though they're sorry, even though they're scrubs, I roll with my team. And I've always hated the Dallas Cowboys. So I wanted to preference that before I said this. Here's my beef with y'all Cowboy fans. Is that y'all are allowing the national media to fool y'all, to con y'all, to make y'all think that y'all don't already have a good quarterback, man. To make y'all think that y'all don't already have a winning quarterback, a quarterback that y'all can take into the future, a quarterback that still hasn't even reached the ceiling yet, a quarterback that's going to win y'all a lot of games, a quarterback that's done great things in the league so far that they minimize or they look over. Dallas Cowboy fans, y'all have Dak Prescott. Y'all lucky enough to go from Tony Romo, which was a competent quarterback, to Dak Prescott, and to get him for the amount of time you've had him on a rookie contract, a fifth or whatever late round, fourth or fifth round contract. Dude, y'all have a good quarterback. Why are y'all allowing the media to con y'all to not pay this man? Why are y'all trying to run Dak Prescott out of town? It doesn't make any sense to me. They're lying to you and telling you that Sam Darnold is a better quarterback. What has Sam Darnold ever done? What has he done in the league yet to be better than Dak Prescott? Andrew Luck has accomplished some things, but what has he done that Dak Prescott hasn't done and hasn't succeeded? Carson Wentz, the almighty Carson Wentz, whom they compare to Dak Prescott being so much better, so much of a skill gap between Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz, and they'll take Carson Wentz 7 times a week, twice on Sundays, because he's so much better than Dak Prescott. What has Carson Wentz ever accomplished? Yeah, he was almost MVP. He hasn't played in any playoff games. He has never beat Dak Prescott head-to-head. He doesn't have a better overall career-wide QBR than Dak Prescott. He doesn't have a better interception-to-touchdown ratio than Dak Prescott. He has not played in more playoff games. He's not won more games than Dak Prescott. What has Carson Wentz done? He doesn't have any more rushing yards than Dak Prescott. He doesn't have more rushing touchdowns than Dak Prescott. He doesn't have more fourth quarter comebacks than Dak Prescott. I'm not getting what is the factuation with Carson Wentz, like he's the next Tom Brady when he hasn't done anything yet. They're saying they make all this goo gaga love over Jimmy Garoppolo and Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff and Daniel Jones and Carson Wentz and Sam Darnold and Marcus Mariota. But what about Dak Prescott? What he's done already is exceeded all those guys. Well, maybe not Goff, since Goff has actually been to a Super Bowl. But those other guys, what have they done better than Dak Prescott? Cowboy fans, y'all are going to mess around and run this guy out of town. And y'all going to be stuck with a bum. You're going to be like Washington. Would y'all rather be Washington, has been through about 13 quarterbacks in the last 7 seasons? Or do y'all want to be Miami or Cincinnati or Tampa or Denver? What do y'all want, man? Y'all have a good quarterback. Dude is good. There's so many teams out there that would take this dude in a heartbeat. I'm not understanding what is the infatuation of drooling over these other guys that haven't accomplished half of what this kid has accomplished. And he's still young, and he still has a ceiling, and he still has room to grow, and he's only going to get better. And he's durable, and he's going to be around, and he's a good kid with a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't get in any trouble. He's a team leader. He's a leader in the locker room. He's a leader in the huddle. Why are you trying to run this guy out of town when there's so many teams? Like, you guys think it's so greener on the other side. You guys think the grass is greener. I remember when you had Tony Romo when this kid was tearing up the league, and Tony came back and had one good game. Y'all was ready to put Tony back in and throw Dak to the wolves. Fam, y'all gonna run this man out of town, and there's gonna be a slew of teams sitting there waiting to pick him up. And y'all gonna be stuck with some journeyman. And I'm a Washington fan. I was raised in Washington, D.C. I've seen so many hard times after the good times. After Mark Rippon was gone, after the Joe Gibbs era, dude, I lived through Doug Williams and Mark Rippon. I lived through those 2 Super Bowls. Those are the glory years when we had the Hogs, Ernest Biner, Darryl Green. Y'all are gonna run this dude out of town, man. You haven't seen years and years of inept garbage football like we've seen in Washington, like they've seen in Miami, like they've seen in Cincinnati, like they've seen in Denver, or not Denver, but Tampa, because Denver just won a Super Bowl when Peyton Manning got to town. Like Cleveland. Come on, man. Wake up, man. Wake up, man. Y'all want to be the Jets? Y'all win the division almost every year. Or y'all always have a chance to win the division. You know, as a Washington fan, you know what our Super Bowl is? Is that we get one of the 2 games against y'all. That's what it's come down to, that we win one of the 2 games against y'all so we can have some form of bragging rights over the season, so we can get one glimpse of happiness over the season. That's our Super Bowl, is to win one game against y'all, and hopefully the first one. Hopefully the one that matters. Do y'all want to be on, like, it's to the point where y'all overlook us now? And y'all becoming more rivals with the Eagles than Washington. And us, we just hope to get one game. Is that what y'all want now? You need to be happy, man, that you have a good quarterback. You landed him in a late round draft pick. Because y'all going to listen to all these media heads that think they know everything. Guys that ain't never played or laced up or did anything. Guys that ain't never had to play the quarterback position. Listen to what quarterbacks are saying. Listen to reasonable people that's actually had awful teams and that can sit back and look at this thing objectively and say, look, ain't too much more better you gonna get unless you bring Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers over there or Pat Mahomes. I mean, how much more better you gonna get than Dak Prescott? Because ain't nothing out there. How many first-round quarterbacks that's been drafted that's a bust? How many all-promising got the Cam Newtons in the world and the Jameis Winstons and the Baker Mayfields and all these guys that were drafted and were supposed to tear the league up? Nothing. And you landed a guy in a late draft pick that's producing more than all those first-round guys. What more do you want? Y'all need to stop letting these guys try to run this man out of town, man. I'm telling you, you're talking to an objective fan here. There ain't too much better you're going to get. We think that it's always something better out there as a Washington fan, and we come to find out it ain't nothing good out there, man. We're waiting on somebody that'll come and win us some games that we can trust and know that can make plays. Washington can't beat Dak Prescott. We beat Tony Romo. We cannot beat Dak Prescott. Philadelphia cannot beat Dak Prescott. The New York Giants cannot beat Dak Prescott. I mean, what more do you guys want? He owns the division. The almighty Carson Wentz has never beaten Dak Prescott head to head. Dak Prescott get out there and he goes toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers. All the great quarterbacks and the Drew Breeses, he goes toe to toe with those guys. How many times has Drew beaten Dak Prescott? So guys, y'all got to wake up, man, or send him on our way. We'll take him. We'll take him in a heartbeat. I think you got a right to complain about your coach. I understand that. But Dak, two-time Pro Bowler Dak, Rookie of the Year Dak, been to the playoffs Dak, won a playoff game Dak. Come on, man. Won a division, what, 2 or 3 times already, Dak? Come on, man. Y'all crazy out here. Hey, this is your boy, DMV Ken. This is the voice of reason. I appreciate it. Subscribe, comment, like, negative, positive. It don't matter to me. I appreciate the engagement. I'm out.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the van. Legacies.